Awesome. All right. Welcome to the one shot, potentially two shot, three shot. We'll see how it goes. Of Descent into the Lost Caverns of Tsojcanth, which I am
Hmm.
gonna learn to pronounce as we go along. I'm Corey. I'll be your DM on this journey, and let's see. As we step in media res here, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing. Natasha the Dark, Hero of Ket, Baba Yaga's daughter, the Dream Witch, or simply Tasha. All names of Igliv, the Witch Queen. Your group of adventurers has united in pursuit of the treasures of the Lost Caverns, her now abandoned, but not empty, lair. Guided by a series of hard-won clues, your trek through the local Yato Mountains halts at a yawning cleft in the mountainside. Stalactites and stalagmites growing at the entrance give the cave mouth the impression of fangs waiting to snap together. The opening is 40 feet wide, 20 feet high, and blackened by soot. Past the stone maw, there's a wide passage, roughly hewn stairs that descends into darkness, which those of you without dark vision perceive as very dark. But as you gather at the front of this cave mouth, you realize that there are three of you and not four. Your companion, the fighting cleric who has accompanied you as you have won your clues to find this cavern, failed to make his rendezvous. Perhaps he will catch up with you later, or perhaps he was waylaid on his journey here. But for whatever reason, the three of you must progress forward yourselves, as you know that time is of the essence, and you're not the only ones hunting down clues and the treasures of the Witch Queen. So let's go ahead and introduce you guys. Let's start. Josh, I'll put you in the hot seat. Give me something about your physical appearance, what your arms and armor look like, any sort of symbols and decoration, or anything that's unique features
Sure.
or personality signifiers.
Alaris, wind flame, stands tall and broad, majestic figure, cloaked in natural tranquility. Skin bears a faded blue-gray hue, characteristic of the Furbolg race. Uh, Wearing monk's robes that are draped upon his hard, stout body, and he carries a calm demeanor about him, but if you look him in the eye, you can see a stern, we'll say, lots of experience behind those eyes. Seen lots of things. Say my first rodeo.
All right. Whichever Sean wants to go next there.
Well, I'll take the rodeo line. It's like, well, yeah, speaking of rodeos, how do? The cowboy, boy cow, Minotaur, tips his hat. Space cowboy, Flaylin Jennings, the name here. We got a score to settle down here in the bottom of these here caverns. The score being somebody has something he wants. That's the score. And always looking to maybe flip the mood in a tavern in case things get a little too boring. You want to spice things up. Flaylin's always, you can count on him to get in the middle of it, and especially china closets near things like that. He carries around typical cowpoke spacefaring gear like you'd expect. He's got with his chef feet, he prepares his little treats, and they're all various flavors of salt licks that he's got here. We got your Himalayan, you got your kosher. If you got everything you could imagine. And he has a magical flail. That's the one thing that sticks out. I'm kind of combining the thrown weapon feat with to kind of have like a mobile distance hexblade kind of a little bit, but it's just a fighter, so battle master. So he's flailing his flail around and charging with his horns around the battlefield. So that's this guy.
All right. And Nebraska.
Dang. name is Nebraska James. Fedora hat, whip, handcuffs. And Governor on the facts. Bring him back to the Goblin University. That's all I got.
I'm getting bad audio. I don't know if it's you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, real bad audio. I'm like, damn it, I'm catching a little bit of it. I'm getting the gist, but
I got Goblin University, and I was just peaked, you know?
everybody else mute yourselves. Make sure when he talks, maybe. I don't know.
It's probably the ridiculous voice. Are you hearing it otherwise? Okay.
It sounds
I
great
bet it
now.
was the noise
Yeah, so
suppression.
is the voice.
Oh man, you can turn it off if you want. Yeah.
I did not mean to offend you, Mr. Flalin. The rodeo commented. I realize now it may have come off as insensitive.
Moo, don't even worry about it, friendo.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Well, I got here for you the. Oh, that is what the entrance to the cave looks like, which I posted up in Discord there. And as you peer down into the darkness, obviously there are two of you that cannot hear very well or see very well. Well, let's open this up for you, and I'll put you on the right map. Nebraska, you should be able to see now. The rest of you are standing in darkness.
Where are we? Where are we starting? Down at the
At
bottom?
the very bottom.
What in the
No,
pixel?
It's a very blurry map.
No, it
from-
loads. It'll load.
Scroll
It'll
all the
load.
way out.
Oh.
The resolution.
It takes a
But-
second.
Fog of War is not working.
I was like, what in the 4 pixels?
Reset Explorable Darkness. All right, well, I have messed that up. So,
It's okay, man.
way to go.
Just put your guys on the DM layer.
Oh.
I swear, Scout's honor, I didn't see shit.
Oh, I see everything.
I moved into the GM layer. The
Well,
question is,
so you moved our tokens to the
Yes.
GM layer. Those need to be on the token layer.
that's
All of
funny.
your monsters need to be on the GM layer,
That's funny.
and then the
Well,
map
unless
needs
they
to
don't
be
let
on the
you.
map layer.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I got you. Yep, got it. Why is lighting not dynamic though? Okay.
Everything's lit up for me.
Yeah, it's all right. It's because I need a paid subscription. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh yeah, you don't get dynamic lighting.
Well, I am running something that lets me use it, but not you guys for some reason. Interesting. All right. Well, give me a second. Everything's going to the GM screen.
Scootaloo.
GM layer. You have procured a map to the
The all map.
yes, the all map. That is something that Alexi, your cleric fighter, sent forward to you, but for some reason, he didn't make it. All right,
Well,
there
planes.
we go. Yep. Well, there goes everything that I drew. We'll forget the time that I spent. All right. Well, as far as the lighting situation goes, what are Flalin and Ilarius doing to see and not stumble down these steps that lead down into this dark cavern?
So, as a firebender,
Mhm.
I'm just going to produce fire in my hand as a torch.
Makes sense. Yeah, definitely makes sense. What about Flalin?
I will. Yeah, follow him. I'm getting.
But for thematical reasons, what Alaris does is he does a little kung fu move where he kind of raises his hands up and spreads his arms out wide like a bird,
Awesome.
and then summons up a flaming phoenix that flies around and lands on his shoulder. That's my torch.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well, hot damn, that's a neat trick.
Yeah, guys on the token layer.
Sorry, we're hot
There you
damn.
go.
That's a neat trick. I'm self-aware enough to know I shouldn't be shouting in these caverns here.
Oh man. All right. Well, as now that you are lit up, you see that the staircase descends, and
By the way, where are we starting
what
on the map?
bottom of the map, very bottom,
There we go.
bottom middle.
It has not gotten better for me pixel wise.
Oh, weird.
It got a
Look
little
at
better. It still looks like
look at Twitch, Josh. Did you scroll all the way out? That's weird. Or reload the page.
I'm reloading now.
Technical difficulties. All right. Well, as you guys descend down into these caverns, you find that there is a wide chamber that is ringed with a mixture of rough-hewn and natural passageways, leading away from the entrance and into the unknown. Beside each of these tunnels is a grotesque face carved into the stone. Though each face is slightly different, one has flap-like ears, another protruding tusk, and a third drooping wattles. All are strange and doleful. So you see on the map the little Olmec faces in this entry chamber that you arrived in. What do you do?
I guess real careful. Go ahead.
So I'll take the flaming phoenix on my shoulder and just have it do a arc around the room and come back to me just to kind of get a good view of what's in this central chamber.
Let's get our first roll. Give me a perception check.
All right. Perception. Oh yeah, my passive perception, by the way, is 15.
All right. And you're using variant. All right, 23. With a 23, a few things you notice. As the phoenix flies around, each time it passes one of the faces, each one opens up and actually animates and talks. And every single one that is passed, and because the phoenix is flying fast, it's almost like a cascade domino effect. They all go, turn back, this is not the way. But it's like, turn back, turn back, turn back, as they all start, and then they all finish by the time the phoenix rolls around. And as you're watching, Alaris, you notice a glint inside each of their mouths as they open up, as if from the light of the phoenix shining on something reflective within each of their mouths.
Mm.
Well, as the resident archaeologist, I know my specializations. I have historical knowledge, so when I enter the dungeon, I can ascertain original purpose, determine its builders, whatever race it is that's known, and also if there's anything with monetary value.
Nice.
Yeah.
That belongs in the museum.
So immediately, you know that this dungeon was built by the Witch Queen, Tasha, Baba Yaga's daughter, Natasha the Dark. All those names are familiar to you through your studies. So this is not her lair, but one could call it the anti-cavern to her lair. She is now no longer in residence, as you guys have ascertained. But this is the way that leads into her lair. So you know her as the builder, although you also know. Give me a history check with advantage to go along with that to see what other information you guys have gleaned on your way in. All right, 22. So with a 22, you know that with an 8, you don't know shit. You landed on this planet from wild space, and you've been kind of flailing around ever since you sat down. And I think it was a crash landing too at this point. So, but yes, Nebraska's archaeological insights and prior research. Nebraska knows that this place was obviously no archmage or witch queen of value would build their own lair. You would know that Tasha is a fan of using extraplanar unpaid laborers with jobs, particularly the kind that are summoned forth and bound to her, usually fiends or some sort of elemental creatures. So you get the idea that, or that is what she has used to create her lair and potentially populate it. So you're aware of what you might face as you journey further down. And then as far as value goes, you know that these masks or faces themselves, they are probably not they're valuable. They're obviously enchanted um, carvings of stone, but within them are valuable gems. And what's that feature say? What's the rest of the text on it?
It's
You know if there's anything major like
in
that
addition
is
to
of value? Sorry, say that again.
It's you can determine the monetary value of art objects more than essentially gold.
Got it. So you don't know like everything that's present in the dungeon that's valuable.
No.
You know that and based on what Alarius has relayed in his quick glimpse, you're looking at some gemstones that are probably worth a couple hundred gold apiece.
But realizing that this cavern was carved by these extra planar beings, I'll take my hat off and slowly shake my head in sadness. It used to be that goblins would have made this place. Pity. Took our jobs.
Dicker Jim!
Oh Lord! All right. That one of the stone faces sighs as you actually you approach one of the faces because it looks like you're right there on the map. And oh no, that's Phelan. So Phelan, as you walk up to one of these stone faces, it does the same thing as when the Phoenix walked by. Turn back. This is not the way.
Yeah, I want to like body check it with my shield.
It's a stone face on the wall. So are you trying to like knock it off?
Give it a little body check. See its constitution.
It's literally the cave wall itself is carved into a stone face. So give me a body check roll. What'll that be? Athletics with your shield, I guess. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, come on.
10. Okay, yeah. So you try and smash into this stone face in the wall.
Not
and
smash. No.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just like like when you're well, I don't know. I went to a rough school, I guess. People body check people all the time.
Yeah. You go into the wall and you thoroughly bounce off. Now that these faces aren't blocking the hallways, they are just kind of around the entrances to the different hallways that you see here.
So I'd like to attempt to I'll walk up to this face here until it starts to talk to me.
Yeah.
And I want to, as I'm doing it, I want to be swirling a little ball of air. And when it opens its mouth, I'm going to look inside to see if there is a gem or whatever it is that's inside.
Mm-hmm. You see it. You see that there is one. Yeah.
I will use my air bending to do the third one down where you create a small blast of air capable of moving one object.
Okay.
But I want to blast it around the side of it so that it kind of ricochets off the back of the mouth and pushes that item out of the mouth.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a what force animates your elemental? Is it wisdom?
Wisdom is my
spellcasting
modifier.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand with wisdom.
Sleight of hand wisdom. Sleight of hand is, it's really just a d20 plus 5. Right?
Okay, yeah. 5 plus 2. Yeah.
11.
All right. With an 11, you bounce it around, and it kind of ping pongs through the mouth. But as it says, "This is not the way," and it closes right before it bounces out of the mouth. And the
Does it
faces-
like swallow it back down, or if I walk away and then walk back up to it, is it right at the edge of the mouth?
If you walk away and walk back up to it, it opens and starts talking again, but it starts to bounce it around because it's right at the edge of the mouth.
And I'll blow it again.
give me another one.
I'm like leaf blowing into a hole. Like it should just shoot out, right?
Yeah,
But I'll
but
try.
the faces have other holes in them. Yeah.
Okay,
So
we'll
air's
try
coming
again.
out
Right
through
next to
other
this.
faces.
If I'm right next to this other one while he's doing that, can I just use my sleight of hand
Yeah,
to
yeah.
snag the other one?
Give me a sleight of hand. Yeah.
All right, I'm pretty good at this.
Hey, Sean, for audio, do you have your headset's mic set as the microphone, or do you have like
It should be.
some onboard mic?
It should be this one. I'll double check, but
Okay. Just checking.
it's the only one that's plugged in.
As you reach to snatch your hand in there, Nebraska, and unfortunately with a 14, the mouth clacks shut rather quickly, and you almost get your fingers on the amber gem in there. But as you try and pull them away, the mouth clamps shut on your fingers for 15 bludgeoning damage.
Ah!
Whoa.
Ah! Well, lasso my asso. What looked like it hurt?
So Alarius is trying to whoosh out some gems. Nebraska's tried to pick one out, and Flaylin has tried to body check one of these things to no avail and kind of bounced off into the other wall. The faces, as Flaylin, speaks, the faces near him speak as well. They give the same warning. It seems anytime you talk around them, they just keep repeating, "Turn back, this is not the way." All of them. So, Alarius, are you still trying to get that one out?
I had said that I was going to try and blow it out again, but if the first attempt wasn't successful, then I'll let it be.
Yeah. Okay. Nebraska, any other attempts at this right now? And I realize I accidentally had one of these hidden on the GM layer. There's one for each of these entryways.
Oh, wait, sorry. There it is.
Yeah.
Is that audio better now?
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So it for some reason must have picked up
Aha!
something else.
I know.
So-
Yeah.
I think this video cam technically can get audio, but it's
Yeah.
terrible, so that's why I don't use it.
All right.
Now do the
as-
voice. Now you can do the voice.
Yeah, we gotta hear it now.
Go back to when I got bit.
Okay, so basically, gems. We're gonna rustle up some of these rocks, these shiny rocks, or we gonna move on here? What we gonna do? What we doing?
I'm gonna use
University don't need this.
my Furbolg magic to detect magic.
All right. The stone faces obviously radiate with what would it be? Conjuration? Whatever animating inert life forms. You
Do I see a magic? I'm specifically focusing on the gems in the mouth. Are the gems magical?
you do not get any glows from the gems in that. But what does Alarius detecting magic look like?
So in this case, because it is innate to my Furbolg nature, It is like the hairs on his head kind of stand up a little bit in a little bit of antenna form, and he just kind of begins to stride around with his hands out, and he's looking around, just feeling the magical energies that are laden in the air and all around him, kind of dowsing rod style, looking around.
The aside from the stone faces, the path immediately to the east here that you're standing in front of, as you look, it's almost like little floating motes of. So it's not like a consistent aura, but it's like cast off, um, like dust sparkling in the air. You catch kind of random bits floating out of that cavern. Of
Over here?
the Yes.
Alaris puts out a hand in front of Flaylin Jennings. Watch out! There's something in the air over there.
And it is the I'm gonna say the maroon of transmutation magic, since it's detect magic. Yep. And then a little bit else. Nebraska, after you recover from getting your fingers bit, and you take a second glance at the hallway that you were just at there, you notice it looks like worked stone. It is not the raw stone of the rest of this cavern. In fact, it looks like it's been worked recently, and you look at the ground and you see that there are some stone chips and dust on the floor, indicating that it was, like I said, probably done recently. And as you look up, there are roughly carved images of cave-dwelling creatures along the wall there as well that you can see. And then you pick up, now that Flaylin's not flailing around and banging around, and Hilarious has stopped making whooshing noises for a moment, the sound of tools echoing tink tink from a little bit further into that tunnel as well.
Okay. So, I think we've got two good choices. Either the one with the floating shinies, or where there's something or somebody. And I can go first because I'm small.
Yeah,
I'm sneaky.
I reckon it sounds like a party we weren't invited to. That's rude. Maybe we should go let them know how we feel. Or do the cloud
Well,
thing. I don't know.
We know this is here. It's not going anywhere. We'll just keep it in mind for when we come back. Remind me, were we sent here on a mission to like cleanse this cavern or to find something?
Essentially, your motivation here is that this is the way to an abandoned, home of a very, very, incredibly powerful witch. So you're essentially just looking for treasure that is left behind at her lair.
You mean
And-
artifacts?
Correct. Yes. Future museum pieces. Yes. Or in the case of Flaylin, potentially extraplanar transportation devices.
Yeah.
If he would like to be spacefaring again, and as she is known to conjure many different elemental beings, Ilarius, you know that there is probably something to be learned here. Either from something that has been brought here from another plane, or her practices that she used to conjure the elements. So
We must keep dangerous artifacts out of the hands of would-be evildoers to maintain balance in this world. Can't let these things fall into the wrong hands. So-
Agreed.
If there's people or monsters, let them be cleansed by fire. His hands kind of roar up in fire a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I just love that anytime they talk to each other, they're eye level, but I'm way down.
I'm gonna say that Alexi was maybe a moderating influence on your
On the conversation.
organization here, because you guys have been together for a little bit. You know, we're stepping in a ways into your journey, kind of near the climax, one would say. So he's perhaps been a moderating influence, and now that he's not here, you're definitely seeing these two in their fullness compared to Nebraska. Nebraska, gotta throw it on there.
Nebraska.
Ilari's gonna be talking like this by the time we're done. You know? All right.
So it's really hard to not talk country with everyone talking country.
Yeah.
Name's
Yeah,
Eli Aris. Folks around these
And
parts.
I got mezcal here, so we're all
Hot damn.
we're fully on board. Yeah. DM juice. All right. So what way are we venturing here? I know we got a bit of the surprise spoiled, but we can still roll on with it.
I think we talked about the going and joining the party.
Yeah, going to the sounds of the tink tink.
Tink.
Shindig.
All right.
Soiree.
Are you? I feel like Flayon's just approaching openly here. Is that what's going on?
Indeed, sir.
All right. Well then, as you do that, you discover that I have hidden some creatures here. Now you would come around the corner and you would see these lovely little stone men that I have put into Roll20 here. So, go ahead real quick and pop me up an Arcana check to see if you know what these little critters are. And I will give you advantage, Ilarius.
Okay.
Everybody?
Arcana check, right?
Yeah, if you're curious, I mean, if Flaylon doesn't care, then yeah, Arcana.
I mean, if they's being polite,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna pay too much. No, never mind.
Yeah, you are not immediately attacked, but I'll give you a second to get your bearings. All right. Well, both of you with a 17 and 18, both of you are relatively familiar with the pecks, as they are known. These are slight little bipedal diggers that you know are elemental creatures of the earth. So, Hilarious, are you particularly attuned to any specific element at this point? Are you focused?
Fire and air are my two trained elements, but I am working on others.
Okay. So you don't necessarily feel like an innate connection to these things, but you distantly.
Oh, I do. I mean, I feel connection to all the elements.
Okay. Then you definitely feel a connection to these, and you recognize them for what they are. That they are that they're primarily little elemental earth creatures that like to dig, and they like to mine, and they are pretty, not necessarily harmless if cornered, but they are not immediately aggressive. And in fact, you guys, as you come around the corner here, you see that there are 8 of these little creatures that are continuing to dig out a tunnel. Some of them are carving different reliefs in the walls, and Arius for sure that they are putting up little carvings of elemental creatures from the plane of Earth. There's Zorn, there's Earth elementals. There are other things there in their little walls that they. Can I display this? Oh, I wish I could. Hold on, maybe I can. Nope, that won't do it.
Yeah, you did. I mean, you sent out the.
Oh yeah, I sent out the wrong one, but there you go. So it's kind of small, but that is what they look like as they are carving here. And yeah, so they're carving a bunch of creatures from the elemental plane of Earth into the walls. And initially, they really seem focused on their work. I mean, they see you kind of saunter around the corner, and they hear Flaylin making a lot of noise as he jingles, and I assume his flails are kind of loose. Is
Yeah.
that an accurate statement?
So I would
They're banging around on armor and whatnot.
like the meme of the rich guy walking down the street twirling his what is it, not timepiece, but I guess the chain for the wallet, I get whatever,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that, very
Yeah, Leonardo
casually,
DiCaprio.
non like literally bull in a china closet, like not
Mhm.
smooth.
Got it. So between that and as Alarius approaches with the phoenix on his shoulder, that when the light strikes them, then they kind of drop their tools and turn around, and the ones immediately closest, one of them starts to speak. Would I be correct in assuming that Alarius speaks primordial?
So I speak, yes, primordial.
Okay.
Thank God.
So there's a voice that sounds like rocks crunching together, like gravel falling out of a bucket. To the rest of you, unless Nebraska or Flayland also speaks. But they address Alarius, perhaps sensing this connection as well. And they shield their eyes, and there's a um, it's too bright. It's too bright. Make it go dark.
Sorry about that, friendo.
And well, you wouldn't understand what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, Alarius.
Well,
So
body
I,
language.
I take the phoenix of fire off of my shoulder, and it dwindles down to a single like mote of flame on my finger, and then I kind of hold it behind my back. Of course, little one, of course. Why are you here?
We, they just gesture to the walls like, come on, we're digging. We're digging the mistress. she's had us dig up. Wants a new staircase. And you see that there are steps at the end of this tunnel, and they rise to the ceiling. Like there's no exit. They are currently building these steps that rise upwards. She had us. She had us digging, and that's what we're doing. We're making more.
What a fine job you've done so far. When was the last time you saw this mistress?
Eight pulls on the moon. It's hard to tell time down here.
So it's been a long time.
Yes.
And you've been working on this hallway this whole time?
We're very, very detailed. But no, we've been cleaning up. We keep this whole place, station it. Next, after we finish this, we actually need to go clear out the rock slide, further in.
Oh, well, perhaps we can help you.
Yeah, you can.
Show us the
we're
way.
suddenly becoming a little bit country here, and what you hear one of them help, yeah, and that's actually in common, which the other two of you hear, as he speaks.
This entire time they've been talking, I'm just pacing back and forth, upset and angry. And just like,
So as Alarius speaks in
they're very
primordial,
goblin sized, but they're like just a hair taller than Nebraska. They're just like slightly larger and better. They don't get tired. Yeah.
As I speak primordial, I like reached down to the ground to like pick up some of the debris of the rocks that they chiseled away from the wall and like stuck it in my cheek. It's like just get this guttural rock sound to get the right dialect as I'm speaking to these guys.
All right. Yeah. It's tough, and it does not sound good on your teeth. But you're pretty stout, and oh, nice accent. Yep, that's pretty good right there. Yeah, but yeah, we would help. Everything else in here doesn't seem to care what this place looks like, except the snail. He's really nice. We like to hang out with him sometimes, but his buddies get kind of jealous, so we'll go back to work when that happens. And we try not to go swimming, even though we just walk along the bottom of the river. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to help us, if you find the big old pile of rocks, that would be great. If you could just make them not be in a pile and clear out the way. And hey,
Well,
if
we
one of
may need
y'all,
some assistance in finding it. Do you want to lead us there, or just tell us where it is?
we have a job to do. But if you cross the river and then you cross the first bridge, it's you'll find that room right after that. Yep. But I would watch out for Japuzes. Um, they have a little accent when they say that name. Um, he doesn't like visitors too much, but he doesn't care about us that much. Yeah. So you see them actually point out on the he looks. Is anyone holding the map that you guys have? I feel
Oh,
like it would
I
be.
didn't think we actually got a map.
Oh yeah, I was kidding. You guys have a general idea of the layout of the caverns based on avoiding this being a whole don't have meta knowledge thing, and also your previous investigation of this. So 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 yeah, does anyone have the map, or is holding? Is a question.
I mean, I do have cartographer's tools. I am proficient in it.
Oh,
I've got keen
there you go.
mind, so I mean that.
Yeah, that lines up. Now the question is, would Nebraska actually share a map with the Pecs here?
So
With
as
like, the little ones.
Yeah.
as the conversation, as he says, go to this thing, then I'll quickly pull the rocks out of my mouth and retell the quick accounting of what we talked about. You got the map, don't you? Maybe these friends of ours will point it out.
Friends of ours, friends of yours. Spilling around, like take my little claw and just like do a little notch on one of their intricate carvings, just to. Now this is how you make a lair.
One of them quickly walks over and is very distraught. He turns back to you and not perfect common, but in common. Um, why 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 do you destroy her beautiful art? That took 2 moons to get the eyes right on the Zorn.
Stare him in his eyes. Scratch.
And that one actually holds up his pickaxe and starts to kind of hold it up defensively in front of him near the goblin. And the other ones behind him start to take notice and begin to crowd around. And the one looks at Alaris and in back in, I'd say Terran, the elemental dialect of the Earthen folk. What what is that one? Why is he doing that? Make it stop, please. I thought you were going to help us. This is not helping.
No. Let's not get our loincloths in a twist. He's just a little upset that you've done such fine work here, and his kind weren't given the opportunity.
Also, like I'm like 40 pounds, and I assume this wouldn't be the first time that you could possibly walk over and just pick me up.
I mean,
Now,
I
come
We all
don't do
know
that.
it's like
But,
pick a screaming toddler up. Yeah.
Yeah, pick him up. Come on, let his pretty pictures be. He worked real hard on it.
And the one
Sure.
begins. You see actually 3 of the others come over and they lay their hands on the wall and they start to chant in primordial.
Oh, now we got him
They
doing
say,
prayers. Now you pissed him off.
yeah, It essentially looks like they're kind of praying at the wall. But where they touch, the stone actually starts to kind of ripple, and then you realize that they are shaping the stone together, and they flatten out the entire section of wall there, and essentially have created a blank canvas for themselves.
This is rage quit.
As they go back. We will start over. And then they do. They begin to start all over again. On the Zorn that you had scratched the eye of on the wall.
All right, then we'll leave it to it.
Well, yes. Sorry about that. Begin
They
walking away.
Apologize for nothing.
We have really, really bad glances at the goblin. And but they don't seem to, follow you or care as you walk away.
And them fellows pretty uptight.
You pass the stone face on the way out. Turn back. This is not the way. They just keep saying that.
Well, I'll tell you
Okay.
what, fella. What is the way? I'll ask this one.
You talk to it. And let's see. That it. Which one? I'm sorry. Which one are you talking to?
The
that one.
northernmost.
Yeah. Okay. That one, as you talk to it, says, "My way is the right way."
Now that seems pretty convenient there, feller. You just happen to be the closest guy I stood next to. Hold on, you stay right there, and Flaylin's gonna come over here. Ask these guys, hey, which way's the right way? To these
My way is the right way, and they both say it like in unison.
Okay, all right.
As it echoes.
All right. Basically, these faces, these guys here, they're full of hot air. They're all claiming they got the right way. Ain't no right way.
Has anyone
Right way
seen?
is always the left way.
Has anyone seen a highway? Maybe their way is the highway. Oh yeah. So I do that. I start looking around on the floor for any to see if any of these paths is more worn, like more of the
Nice.
the dirt and debris is cleared away than others.
Give me a survival check.
The path more traveled.
Yes. 16.
All right, with a 16, first of all, you see this is not very traveled at all. You could glean that any Tasha herself would obviously not stain her or soil her feet by walking into her own lair, so that's out of the question. But what you do pick up on is in the same direction as the magical moats were drifting from. So this pathway over here. You see not so much tracks, but more just like odd shuffling marks. Not like a flat trail, but just it looks like a bunch of random feet through the dust of the floor. It doesn't really make sense to you, but it's like a bunch of different feet pass through here. And they're all all the tracks are overlapping, so it's not like there was some and then others. It was kind of all at the same time is what you glean there.
I saw transmutation magic here earlier. These footprints are all different shapes and sizes. I surmise that whatever passes through here changes form, so we probably shouldn't go through that way, or else we'll get turned into something else. What do you think?
Well, step through. He's gonna look. Step in just a little bit, just to get his toes wet. Step in like 5 feet. See what happens. I'm gonna hold my
Nothing
breath.
happens. Oh, you hold your breath. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you give me a Constitution check?
It would be 1+, so I can do 5 minutes.
I know, but just for me, just give me a Constitution check.
Oh,
A saving throw or
Just check. He holds his breath, and somehow Flaylin gets his nostrils to close too.
yeah.
Just like sucks in air.
All
His
space
ears
cowboys
actually
can do
start
that.
to kind of curve down a little bit. Yeah. He like makes himself vacuum sealed. Yeah. As he stands up. But nothing looks like it's happening to him. And you're still, I feel like your detect magic is still going on. And you kind of you see a little moat like, bounce off around him, but nothing in particular that looks like it's affecting him now. Oh yeah, Flaylin, you don't have any sort of dark vision or anything, so
No, I looked it up.
Wait.
So the monster Minotaur does, but
Mhm.
the player characters do not. The race does not.
You're not a monster, so
Yeah.
you're an adventurer. You couldn't be a monster.
if I attempt to use my airbending to blow the moats away from me, do I see any change or do the moats kind of stay?
Yeah, no, you see that they flow back into the cavern. Yeah, the way that you're pushing back into there.
Okay, then I'm just gonna just keep blowing
Yeah.
them away out of the way and
Okay.
proceed that direction.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you keep blowing them out of the way, and Flaylin's flail just keeps blowing around everywhere. And as you guys walk up in here, and you see that the likely cause of the moats over here is you actually notice a little bit of light as you cross the corner around here, and you see a bunch of bioluminescent fungi,
Nice.
and they're big. Some are as high as 6 feet tall, and you also feel the air is very cloying. It's moist, very good fungi growing air, and the caps of the mushrooms that sprout from the floor and the walls glow with faint blue light, and it kind of mixes in with your detect magic. And you realize that these are very likely spores from the
Oh.
mushrooms that you were detecting floating around. And additionally, you hear a chirp, and here, on some of the mushrooms are a trio. Once I show them here again, of it's kind of hard to see the token, but they are
El Grillo.
ghost white crickets. They're these giant crickets that are feeding upon the mushrooms there.
My mama told
And
stories
they
about
also
these.
faintly glow. Yeah.
El Grillo Blanco. They steal in, come in, and take your babies.
Take a deep
One of
breath.
them kind of the closest one here is gnawing on a stalk of bioluminescent mushroom, and its antennae go towards you a little bit, and then seem to disregard you as it keeps munching on the mushroom.
Stay the hell away from me, Grillo Blanco. Waylon would very cautiously, with his shield up, skirt by this cricket.
Have I ever seen
He sees another. Oh damn it!
Mushrooms or
Bonkos.
crickets? What have you seen? What? Yeah.
in my
Give me a
dungeon
nature check.
delving?
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then can I just get a general? What do I see once I enter further?
Yeah. I mean, you see that this cavern, it's all faintly glowing, and there are mushrooms all around, and there's a few different avenues that look to, not really avenues, but caves that come up from up. Okay, yeah. So Nebraska, was that a 3
It was
nature
an
there?
8.
Or an 8? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. You know what? Yeah, you definitely know. You've heard of in the Underdark, and some of the deeper caverns and some of the deeper ruins that delve into the depths of the earth, of large fungi that are certainly edible, Sometimes they're even used as building materials, but you have not encountered these crickets before. Yep,
Are they
that is
reacting at all as we're moving through
no,
here?
no. They, as flailing goes by, one of them runs an antenna along the top of his shield
No babies here,
very
Grio.
slowly, and then but goes back to munching on the mushroom that it is getting at. So, and it's a there's a good crunch to it, when he gets in there.
If I look up, how
Yeah.
high are the ceilings in here?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I did not narrate that as we first came in. So most of these ceilings are about 15 feet high,
Mm.
um, in the corridors, and then these larger chambers they're about 20 feet high.
Have they been
And
mostly cleared of like stalactites, or is it pretty like raw cave?
no, it is pretty damp and humid and relatively full of life. These crickets are here. You would hear other smaller, maybe some chirping of bats. But there are stalactites that drip into shallow puddles all around, and water trickles down the walls. Just the whole place is very damp, particularly in this room. And then the sound of, there's cave bats, small insects, and you hear some other noises, some chuffing, something that sounds like larger creatures, but within the echoing of the cavern, it's hard to tell where that might have come from. So it wouldn't have helped you when you were trying to pick a direction in the first place. But yeah, you see these mushrooms in here. You see a few different ways that go off of here, but they are in darkness until you kind of get closer. As the mushrooms only grow in this little central cavern here.
Can I approach? I'd like to approach one of the smaller mushrooms that is maybe like
Mhm.
fits in the palm of my hand and grab it by the stalk and see if I can crack it
Yeah,
off and use that as a torch.
yeah, okay. You do
Mm.
that. You need to roll for that or anything. Now it's kind of dim light. It's kind of like maybe like a 10-foot radius. Like it's not very bright at all.
Something that so I don't have to focus like so I don't
Yeah,
have to
you're
produce
not using the.
bright light that'll reveal our position.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So you've got a little low light torch, um, as your
So
phoenix.
I let the phoenix zip out of
Phelan sees
system.
what you're
Goes to
doing.
ashes.
He's gonna take the cue and he's gonna find some shiny, like a mound of shiny mushroom heads, and uh, put his shield down into it and kind of rub it around vigorously to coat it in like mushroom goo, trying to get the same bioluminescent vibe.
I like it. I like it. Yeah,
Bioluminescent
you
spores.
your shield. Similar thing. You've got about 10 feet of light that come off your shield
Hell
there.
yeah!
It's not very bright, but you have slathered these mushrooms all over, and as you do that, you see, and particularly Josh appears for a blip and then disappears as he's struck in the realm of back. Your character, Larius, sees that as Phelan does this, the spores, they just pop off and go everywhere, and they don't particularly seem to have any other effect, other than swirling around the room in a cloud, um, from the
And like
mushrooms themselves.
just a
But
slight mind control, eventual paralysis, death.
yeah, and this one's on me. I'm sorry. At Alarius, all these mushrooms are magical. You ping that too. They all contain transmutation magic, at a kind of a low level, but you get a brighter aura from some of the larger stalks, around the room. Should have mentioned that earlier.
And that's the tech magic lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You're looking for some magic mushrooms, you would take a peek in my outhouse and
it's probably, as you guys are cautiously going through here, and after you've talked with the Pecs, you might be coming up on that duration, but you've got it right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I want to make my way across the room to this opening over here.
All right, you do that. As you do that, your dim light doesn't reach far into it. Now, what Nebraska sees as he comes up behind you in that cavern is that well, first of all, you guys all approach, and as you kind of hit that threshold, it stinks. You get the reek of rotting vegetation, um, yeah, other not even worse smells, just unidentifiable foulness from this little area here.
Whoo!
And what Nebraska sees as you guys go in there are that there are some large heaps of material on the ground with what look like potentially indentations in them. And as Flailin, wait, I'm sorry, y'all's two tokens look very similar. You both have
They
ears and
do.
horns. As Nebraska, crest the corner there, a one of the mounds actually has a misshapen form atop it, a hulking creature with warty green skin, too many limbs of different proportions, and wiry hair mills through the detritus, and you hear the cracking of a bone that falls from a face that turns towards you. And you see what looks like it could have once been a troll, but it is massively kind of mutated all up and around. So let's go ahead and roll initiative as it talks to you guys here.
So select your token before you roll initiative so that it populates in the turn order.
And I will get this guy up here
Like that, and then
onto the token layer. And great. Hilarious, Flailin, and then let's get Nebraska in there too.
oh, that's why I didn't do it right.
That's one ugly son of a bitch.
Yep. And then I'm gonna do a thing. Don't worry about it.
Hey.
Okay, cool. So you actually Nebraska, you see this thing as it stands up and kind of looks like it's turning towards you to get going. Wait, how do I? Yeah, there we go. Add it to initiative. It is very slow as it starts to stand up. Um, and you realize you could definitely get the jump on it, but it knows y'all are here. It has too many feet. It's like a troll that has grown,
Oh.
like multiple feet underneath it. And additionally, it has several different limbs that are kind of jerking out at odd angles and just kind of clutching at the air, like they're spasming. And then
It's the worst case of
They
death
can't-
fetus I ever saw.
Since they can't see, I'm just going to say, mutant troll, mutant.
Have we encountered a
Alright,
troll before,
and-
like a normal troll in our adventures?
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. You guys are level 9 adventurers. You know about trolls. You know weakness to fire.
Okay, good.
You know about regeneration. That's common knowledge. For you guys. Now,
Feet
this
stuff
thing,
is new.
this is not something that you've run into before, though. Yeah. And you give me what's your passive perception there, Nebraska?
Uh,
For no
11.
reason,
Got a great passive investigation. Passive perception.
I think it's a roll of a -2 on initiative. Yeah, they're slow. What? I'm sorry. What's your passive perception?
It's 11.
Okay, yeah. So, you're immediately distracted by this thing, but you're pretty sure that those other mounds over there, not as large as this thing, but there's something moving in there. But you can't exactly be sure. At this
Like
point.
over
So
in front of
what
us?
are you doing? Oh yeah, up in the corner there. Those
Okay.
things that look like bedrolls.
Okay.
But they are mounds of nasty let's see, detritus.
Uh-oh.
I can't see that far right now, but I might be able to hear. My passive perception is 19.
Yeah, you hear scuffling around of more than one creature, and then some chuffing and like something sniffing real loudly. But yeah, so Nebraska, you're up first in initiative. What you
Alrighty.
doing here?
Is there anywhere where I could go hide for bonus action, get the advantage to then shoot, or no?
There's some gross stuff here in the corner of the room. If you'd like to go further in, that's the only place that you could really hide. Or you could probably just do the corner around here of the cave
Okay.
too. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go for the gross stuff in the corner.
All right.
Go run over here, dive into it, attempt to hide. Which do you
See,
want to
that's
stealth roll
stealth.
for that? All right. Let's see. Do.
Make yourself at home, why don't you?
All right, with the 23, you feel that
It's
you
just
dive
like
into this
grandma's
squishy,
house, okay?
nasty mound. It really it feels you have a brief flash of a childhood moment of diving into a pile of garbage and really enjoying it as I stereotype goblins here. But
Just like the
you're
faculty lounge in the university.
yeah
Yeah.
you are. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. But the trash chute's actually just empty in the faculty lounge at the university. So yeah, you conceal yourself in this mound. So whatever you're doing, do with advantage.
All right, and I'm going to take a shot with advantage and then get sneak attack if I hit, of course. Where is the button?
If you're in beyond and you hold shift, you can do a roll with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Wait, really? From D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
What?
All right, a dirty 20 will get you there. Go ahead and roll damage.
all right, and so that is the
Holy shit.
crossbow, and then the
Woo, 27. Is that with sneak attack?
nope, not yet.
Whoa!
18.
Whoa!
Where are you getting
hold
plus
on.
18 from? Yeah.
It's mine just says 9.
Well, so that's a sneak attack damage, right?
Total damage.
Yeah, it counted
9
it
plus
in.
18.
It did. Okay, cool.
It's got to have sneak attack in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
27.
9 plus 18.
Oh yeah, it says it on there. Okay, cool. It just gave it for me. All right, awesome. So, little hand crossbow, which in my hands looks like a real crossbow.
Yeah, sorry. It's Mid-Journey. This is blowing my mind, the advantage thing.
The advantage thing, really?
I had no idea.
Oh no, I messed it up.
What else am I missing out?
All right. So you got that shot. Doing anything else there?
I mean that's action, bonus action. So
All right. You can move, but all right. Let's see. So
I'm going to stay in my little.
you peg the straw. All right, and your crossbow arrow takes one of the limbs and kind of pins it to it. It's definitely hurt by that shot. Who is Alaris?
Yeah, so Alarius hearing what's going on, drops the cap of the mushroom cap, and then it summons up his fire and steps into the room far enough where I can see the scroll, and really I can just my fire illuminates it to the point where I see the outline of it and a little bit of the features. And okay, here we go. And I start to summon up the Phoenix again, and I am going to be using my Elemental Strike to do a firebending attack.
Ducks.
That's a 15 to hit.
That'll do it.
And then as a part of my effect that I add onto it, I'll be doing the firebending, the first one where I can produce the source of my fire as something that I can continue bending off of. So it's going to be 10 fire damage to start, and I also have I'm an elemental adept of fire, so if it does have any sort of resistance to fire, it no longer has that.
Definitely doesn't have a resistance. Seems
And then
very, very valid. Yeah.
the when that creature starts its turn in the fire that I just produced,
Mhm.
it'll need to roll a saving throw.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I can do that 2 more times because I'm a
right.
monk. So, sending out three fire bolts. The 22, I'm assuming, hits, and the 9 misses.
Yes.
So 18 total fire damage
All right.
to this guy.
It is not happy about that. Um,
So
and
it's
it does.
the phoenix flame kind of comes out, and the phoenix kind of flies through it and hits the troll, but it like passes through the troll as well, and it keeps like swirling around.
Yeah.
And he's just, as he's like, moving the flame around, and that'll be my turn.
Like the Dementors going through here.
Kind of like that, but yeah, with fire.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, it is enraged by that, and some of its limbs begin to wither. And then flailing, you're up.
Mamas, don't let your son grow up to be space cowboys like flailing. Comes around the corner. I heard you've been messing with my friends here. And he's already like twirling his flail and squares around or turns around the corner and squares up. And he starts to, his eyes start to turn red. And he's like sizing up. He's got the troll definitely. And has the troll even stood up all the way yet? It's like that was like
It is
thematically.
turned, and it's that awkward moment where it's lower in initiative, so it's starting to charge towards you guys.
Okay.
And the phoenix flame is illuminating this area as well, so you can see.
Oh, so now that the phoenix flame and my little bonfire is illuminating the air, do we see anything else?
Yeah, you know what? We do see something else. Let's see. Let's go here. Okay, cool. Just a moment as I do another thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, you do. You see, once I get on the right layer here, that within these piles, as the light shines upon them, there are 3 smaller things. That they almost look kind of frog-like as they're revealed here. Hold on. Token layer. Okay, cool. Yeah, they almost look kind of frog-like but they're little punch-like figures that have toad-like faces and this kind of leathery skin. And you do see some hands that are reaching around in the detritus that look like they're webbed feet, that have long razor-sharp claws on them. And as the fire comes up into the room, they kind of shy away and look at it and then stare back at you, as their dark black eyes shine with the light of the phoenix, and their tongues kind of loll out of their mouths in a very wide way.
Look like this big ugly son bitch got some little ugly son bitch friends. Phelan still sees the biggest threat as the troll, probably. So,
Cool.
I didn't think this was going to come up, but I decided that my big fear instead of snakes was going to be frogs.
Okay.
And now
All
I'm
right.
terrified.
I like it. They're almost like, they're not like, yeah, it's almost like a demon frog, put it kind of that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can rationalize
So that makes that even better, Yeah. So how does that affect Nebraska? Sorry.
I'm trying to process it.
Yeah, I messed with the initiative. Wait, who's up?
Right now it
Phelan.
is Phelan, yeah.
Yeah, Phelan. Okay, yeah. So the light reveals these things, Phelan, as you step into this room, and then those are Nebraska. They are also revealed to you as these toad-faced but still kind of humanoid-bodied creatures dig around in
Humanoid
the
body
trash
toad.
that's over here.
Okay.
Can I go?
But yeah, Phelan. Let's see. We'll see how that affects Nebraska. When your turn comes up here.
Well, we've had 4 false starts, but I think this is the one. Here we go. Okay, Phelan comes around this corner, squares up to the big guy here, Buckaroo. Your ticket's up. And he's gonna make I'm gonna blend my movement and attacks with my flail. So he starts to twirl, and then he's gonna make one attack. He's gonna fling the flail and start running. So the first attack, and Crusher feat is not affecting my rolls so here. So whatever it rolls, it's gonna be. It should be that +2. I don't know how to force it. So anyway, there's that.
You could change the item itself. You could add an extra bonus on there, but an 18 would hit. 20 is gonna hit.
Okay. So there's so the first one hits. I'll go ahead and do damage just from the.
Who are you attacking? The big guy.
Oh, the big guy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
For 14, and then about that time, Phelan clears the space between to kind of as the flail whacks the guy and starts to fall. I'm gonna catch it / it returns to my hand and try to go for another uppercut using the same move there. It'd be 19 for if that hits, and then I'm gonna use one of my superiority die, and as this guy's trying to get back up, I'm gonna attempt to trip him. I was like, hold on there. Now, we don't need you getting up all the way. You sit right back down, and I'm gonna burn.
What kind of roll is that?
That is a. Whoa, not that. Ignore that. Ignore that. It's just a D8. Hold on. It's just a D8. 1d8, please. Hey, nice. So, that's the added damage to the damage. So it'd be like 23 on that last one, and then trip. So I'm gonna. It's a strength save from Mr. Troll. That is a 17.
He rolled a. Oh, it just rolled to me. He rolled a 23.
Well, that works.
Yep.
And
if anything, he's stout. I'm sorry. What were you trying to do to him? Trip him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice that
all these feet.
He has so many feet that it's like a toy. Like you push him back, and then he comes back. The feet are like anchoring him to the ground. Yeah.
Phelan winces in disgust at all the feet. Goddamn, boy, what the hell's wrong with you? But he'll hold tight right there. That's it. That's his turn. Right. Oh wait, bonus action. Sorry, I see that, and I out of fear, I kind of and come down with my horns just at him. Kind of. This isn't. So I just saw that I can't knock him down, but like this is more of a just lashing out and get him with the horns, boss. For 22 to hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And another saving throw. So 17.
Is that a charge you can do that on?
No, that is another one. That's dashing something. That's a different thing.
Oh, charger? Or
no, that's from Minotaur. So with racial traits. So goring rush is when, like, if I was really far from a target, I could use my action to dash and then bonus action to goring rush. Or hammering horns is after you hit with a melee attack. You can use as part of your action. You can use a bonus action to attempt to shove the target. So that's what that last one was. The superiority dice, that's a different thing. So
the horns shouldn't have done damage. Was that you rolled?
You can use a bonus
Am I
action
crazy?
to attempt to shove the target with your
This-
horns. The horn must be. Oh,
Shove.
never mind. There's no.
Like a shove.
My bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no damage, but it's
Yeah. I was like, bonus action damage, that's nice, but you're not a monk. I'm just kidding.
So
No, but this troll's messed up though. What does it look like when you throw your flail and it comes back? I'm curious.
so he passed the strength save throw again.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's more of it's constantly. It looks chaotic. So kind of like a mosquito larva in the water, just goes zip, 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 kind of very chaotic as he swings. But until like the last split second, and then everything just harmonizes, and the element at the end, which is another little bullhead with horns of the flail and the handle, like just all locks in, like when you hit a golf ball, like really like perfectly. So like one of those. But with
And
the
then it
flail.
just comes back to your hand after it strikes.
Yes. I've got yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
magic flail. It's my magic flail. It's my
Yeah,
magic
yeah.
my magic space flail. And we worked it out. So
Picked it up from an artificer that gave you a returning weapon.
for sure.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
ship's engineer on the last
Oh.
ferry I took.
Oh yeah, Sprocket. Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that guy. Yep. All right.
That's it. That's it for him.
And he would say his catchphrase, he'd say all the time, Flayla, damn it, I'm an engineer, not a doctor. Yeah. All right. Well, you get up in this thing's face, and you guys have just battered it completely as you've interrupted its meal, and it's just not happy. But Flailin is the closest thing. As it starts its turn, it needs what kind of save, Alaris? A
Dex
dexterity
save.
save. All right. Well, I'm already going to tell you that is not probably going to happen. As it rolls a -1 total for its dexterity save.
It only takes two points of fire damage.
Okay, but 2 points is 2 points.
Fire
It
damage
gets
is fire damage.
a few fingers or toes, or as I like to call them, the lower fingers, burn off of one of its feet as it steps through the fire and charges at Flailin. And it's going to go ahead and make some attack rolls here. What's it doing? It does not regenerate because it's a troll, and it just got fire blasted. But it's going to go ahead and try and bite you first off.
Damn it.
And there's its main head comes down, and how do I make it not roll to the GM? I don't want to do that. That's not fun.
Character sheet options.
Yeah, well, I have an add-in that like shows everything on the page so I can roll it, but what would you say? Character sheet options? Yeah.
You have to go into the character sheet of each individual monster and then toggle that to not whisper to GM. It's at the top.
That's ugly. Okay. Well.
Yeah, the character
Oh,
sheet.
break
Josh
that.
loves it. I'm like frightened.
Yeah, public. There we go. All right, cool. Well, let's see how this works. Bite. We got a bite.
Yes.
Everybody. All right, 20? 20 gonna hit you?
Yeah. Just hits.
All right. Well, you take 9 piercing damage and 6 poison damage.
Ah,
And then another head comes out of the middle of its torso and also bites out at you.
No.
And that's a 9, so it misses. It just up against your shield, and then it comes back, and it's just got bioluminescent mushroom goo all over its mouth. And then it's also going to try and claw you here.
Damn.
With a 23, it rakes down for 8 piercing damage.
Swinging hard.
As it goes long, and the arm, it's weird. It reaches out, and it kind of, you hear a crack as it like breaks and flips over your shield and claws you some for 8 piercing damage. And then it is going to also at how do I do that? At disadvantage, it's actually going to lean back and throw one of its arms, as in it flips its arm out and then it just right out of the socket.
Okay.
tries to go over Flayland, but it will be at disadvantage. But that is a 13 and a 20, so a 13 probably does not hit Alaris.
It
Is
does
that right?
not.
Okay, yeah. So a limb flings over Flayland, but it's kind of knocked off course by the top of his shield, and it spirals across the room and smacks into the wall right behind Alaris. And the claw on it actually keeps like reaching out towards Alaris, but just kind of grabs some of the cloth
Gross.
of your outfit there and does not hit you. And that is that one. Now I hear a screaming child in the background, and I just got a text message. It is not my wife. Okay, we're good. All right. And then one of these little guys who has picked up on the what's going on quicker than the others is actually going to turn and lunge towards you know what? Nebraska, give me a luck check. And when I say that, roll me a d20 and you want it to be an 11 or higher to see if this thing will go after you or if it'll go after Flintling.
You can smell the fear. All right, so how do I?
Oh, on roll
Slash
20
R
you can roll
space
dice, or yeah,
1d20.
you can do it off of Beyond too, and it'll do the same thing.
Oh, that's true.
I like to let you guys be in charge of your own fortunes.
All right, there's the 20.
A 1.
Oh no!
All right, this thing looks over at Flaylin and the fire and just shies away from the fire itself. You can tell it does not like it. And instead, it sniffs around, and you can tell that it's relying a lot on smell, and it kind of hones in on the garbage pile to the south and realizes this is not my normal garbage. Something is different about this. And it charges down at you. Okay, yeah. And it has enough room to quickly get there. And you see this kind of frog-like hops across the intervening space at Nebraska here, and is going to reach its tongue out. So as it's running, it kind of whips out straight at you, and that is going to be. I gotta do this for everyone. Okay, but I can do this real quick. Hold on. Which one are you? You're that kind of guy. Okay, public. Got it. All right. So yeah, it reaches out a sticky tongue, and with a 22. Is that gonna hit you?
Yeah,
Unless you have
I
something
got a
to avoid it.
16.
Okay. So it give me a strength saving throw. All right. So
Ooh.
it doesn't restrain you, but it really just kind of uses its tongue to pull itself at you, and like launch itself through the air as it goes to also bite at you. So so first off, that's 5 bludgeoning damage
All
from
right.
the tongue, and then it's gonna try and bite, and it's gonna do 11 piercing damage as well. And then it's gonna get 1 claw, try and get up at you. And again, a great roll for 6 slashing damage. So you're taking a total of 22
This is
damage
your worst
from
nightmare.
this guy. Yeah,
This
as it
is a
comes right up in your
terrible
face.
day.
So if you want to, what's the rogue reaction?
There's uncanny dodge.
Yeah. So
which
if
I
you
could
want
have
to apply
like.
that to anything, I'll let you total up your damage there.
I mean,
As this thing comes straight at you, and then you are up. It is your turn to act with this little.
do I have any conditions or anything?
No,
applied?
it does not restrain you. So the tongue actually would have pulled you to it, but
Okay.
it already had the movement to get to you, so it really just used it to close the gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tactically withdraw. I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Yeah. All right.
And I want to move over here? Because I'm assuming if I'm right here, I can't shoot the troll.
You could shoot and then continue moving. Like you could shoot.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
and break up your movement.
So I'm gonna withdraw. Not out of fear. Not out of fear. It's for a tactical purpose. And as I'm running, I'm just going to take a quick hand crossbow shot at that troll again. I'll get the sneak attack because he's engaged there.
Flayland's there. Yeah.
So let's. Wait, no, that button. Nope, this button. 13 to hit.
We'll hit exactly.
All right,
13's what you got.
fantastic. Ugh.
Trolls
He's a
are
big
not
guy.
known for their high armor. Yeah.
And so then this is, I think that
Yeah. That would.
put in the sneak attack as well,
Whoa.
right?
Yeah. 29.
And-
I would hope so.
You know what? I'm also going to do. Let's just throw it all in here.
Thing looks.
Where is
It looks to be on death's door at this point.
Uh,
you nail the head that came out of the center of its chest as it
and
after it recoiled from Flayland.
I'm going to also throw in my fury of the small,
Oh yeah.
and I'll do 9 more damage.
Mm. It is barely hanging on. Actually, no, it's not barely, but it's close. It is on death's door. It is.
And I'll move that one last space.
All right. And you
Actually, I'm
duck
moving it
around
here.
the corner and be away from it.
Just dash underneath the legs over here.
All right. And then the two other smaller frog-like, they seem kind of trollish now that you see them running around. I'll give you that. Let's see. I'm gonna roll. You know what? Flail and give me a luck check. See how attractive you are versus the fire. Roll an 11 or higher for a better result.
Just a flat d20.
Yeah.
Nope.
Unless you guys are proficient in luck. Nope. All right. Well, hold on. Josh, that little fire in the corner there, is that just that space?
It is a 5-foot square, yeah.
5 foot square. Okay, yeah. So they'll like get around it, but they are still going to go and charge around to Flayland and work on essentially surrounding him. Now that he is in their lair here, and they're gonna have at him. Both of them are gonna try and bite him. 25.
What the fuck, dude?
Man, roll 20. Yeah, 12 piercing. Okay, and then 2 claws from each of them. So there's an 11 and a 14. I guess those miss?
Those miss.
All right, and then the other one's gonna do the same thing. Bite, 2 claws. Does an
Thank
18
God.
hit?
No.
No, all right, awesome. So the one kind of catches you by surprise and bites you on the arm, but then your armor takes some of the other bites as your splint kind of wrenches a little bit. You feel like you're gonna get some bruises, but you're not gonna have any lasting damage.
Flayland's gonna use his reaction, that one that bit him on the
Yeah.
arm, and a hot dick, you son of a bitch. Boy, you about to get yourself licked. And he's going to burn 1 more superiority dice to make an attack.
Now I want to run a Western campaign.
So
Yeah.
add a d8, so it'll be 3 to whatever my damage is, if it hits. And then it'll be this plus 2, so 29.
27's gonna hit. Yep. 29 is gonna hit. Yeah.
Get over here, you son of a bitch. So it'll be that plus 3, so 18 bludgeoning damage on that little sneaky son of a bitch that come up behind me.
All right. So yeah, you clock it with your backswing. You just come right up and boom, right under its chin. It takes it, but you know it is definitely dazed a little bit by that blow there. And that is the 2 that have come from the pile there and surrounded Flayland. And now Alaris, it is back up to you.
Okay, I am seeing that Flayland's getting surrounded a little bit here. I'm gonna take my my fire and kind of start to spin it into a little bit of a vortex, and I'm gonna mix two of my elements together, my fire and my air.
Across the streams.
And the first thing I'm gonna do is attempt to hit this one, and
Sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can position myself in a way that I can line myself up a little bit more,
Yeah.
because when I attack, I'm going to apply my airbending to attempt to push it 5 feet away into its friend.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's a strength save,
Okay.
and the
This guy right here
DC
is gonna do a strength save.
is
14.
17.
Nice.
So it
17.
fails.
Nice. Yep.
Nice.
So he fails.
So it's going to take the 6th bludgeoning damage, and hopefully gets just kind of. I'm just attempting to just kind of knock them on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, you okay, so you're trying to knock the first one into the second one.
Yes.
All right, I'll give the second one a dex save to try and get out of the way. Let's give it like a DC 10 here. So that's pretty moderate. Dex. All right, he gets an 8. So he gets bludgeoned into, and so I'll apply that same damage there, as they smush into each other. But there is not room for them to move. You know what? No, he'll bounce off and kind of move to the side there.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then I am going to use my firebending on them now that they're close,
Mhm.
and attack. And this
Well,
time,
which one? The one that's closest to you?
attacking the one that is right here.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend a key point to do my spreading fire.
Mm.
So my martial arts die is
Another creature within 5 feet. Okay.
yeah. See, it's a D6. So here's another D6.
So the
Oh,
initial target
man.
takes 9 fire damage.
9 fire damage plus an additional 1, and then I'll have it spread to the big troll who's
Okay.
on death's door. So the big troll takes 1 fire damage.
Nice.
Not enough to destroy it. But
And then
yeah.
I'll use my bonus action to do my third attack of 1 more fire strike
that'll hit.
for 8 more fire damage, again against the same one I had hit before.
Okay. Now the one you've hit, it looks like you definitely bloodied it at this point. The fire has rend its flesh and it curls back and crackles, and there's blisters popping all up over its body, and I'm getting PTSD here, but no, I'm just kidding. And then the big troll over there, you singe it some, and it is just burnt all over in patches and battered, and lots of its limbs are broken, and the head hanging out of its chest has an arrow through it, and it's just lolling to the side. But it is still up and alive.
Okay. And then on that last attack, I'll move my my fire to what's it called? The little guy who's
Okay.
I had attacked.
Got it. Does that do anything right now, or just when he starts his turn?
When it starts its turn, that is when it does the damage.
Okay. All right. And anything
That's
else?
it.
Waylon, you're surrounded by a firestorm, which you guys have been traveling together, so probably isn't that weird to you.
Yeah.
But also these
comforting.
trolls-
It always bends around you as it does its
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Thanks for the help. Got a little tight over here. A little claustrophobic. And then so the troll's looking real bad. So
the big one's looking real bad. Yeah.
So Flayland kind of says that behind off to the side, but then he comes back around and locks eyes. It's just you and me, Peckerwood. You better buckle up. Check off my other catchphrase, and I will make my attacks now.
Buckle.
So again, +2. That So 15 actually.
Yeah, a 13 hits, so 15
Nice.
will do it too.
That's amazing. Oh man, that's great. For 14.
Tell me how your flail destroys this troll.
Yeah. So I don't take kindly to these feet here. I'm gonna use my my flail, and he starts twirling it behind his head. He says, "Buckle up, Peckerwood," and with full swing, he like does a sweep under all those feet, and it just it just smashes all those feet. Yeah, it's gross. And then the troll just kind of falls into its own poison goo or whatever. That's all right. And Flaylin, like a steam, forces out of his nostrils as he turns back around, and he's keeping that flail flailing, and just right next to him, slammed right down on the guy without the fire, I guess.
Okay.
So the one who's not going to be
I got
tagged
you.
for +2. Nice. So 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
For 10 bludgeoning on that guy.
All right.
And the fire that's on the guy, is that tied to the creature or the space?
That's the space.
Oh damn it. Okay. So
Imagine fire hits the guy and then it kind of drips down and starts burning up from underneath like a bonfire.
So not him. Oh, also I couldn't have done it anyway. It has to be somebody you just hit. I will use my bonus action to hammering horns, try to get this guy prone.
15.
It fails. He's prone. Yay, it worked.
Wait, what'd you roll? Did you roll?
It's not a roll. It's a. I'll put it in the chat.
It's a DC.
It's
I
a.
thought it'd be like that.
There it is.
Oh, a DC. Nice. All right.
Or wait, is it prone or just
You push it up to 10 feet away from you? Is that what you're doing?
or 5 feet? My bad. I keep getting these mixed up.
Yeah.
Which is the prone one? That's the goring rush. Is it?
That it's not helped by the fact that there are 2 or 3 different versions of Minotaurs.
What the fuck?
for
My
PC.
bad, dude. I'm mixing up my Battlemaster
You're good.
thing.
Yeah.
What are those called? The maneuvers.
It's maneuvers.
Sorry, maneuvers.
Martial spells.
So yeah, I want him pushed just here, like there. It's fine. Just
Boop. Like that.
yeah, that's fine. It's more of a flex.
All right.
That's it.
So this thing, push back into the wall. And the big old troll that you smack down as it collapses into itself, it's got this long, tangly, messy, greasy hair, and the fire from Alaris just kind of lights that up, and it just turns into this little bonfire in the corner of limbs. And the smell in this room doesn't improve for sure. Yeah, but Nebraska's mouth begins to water just a tiny bit, and that is Flailin. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, that guy's dead, so he gone. And let's see. This little guy starts his turn, so he needs a dex save.
Oh, sorry. When he got moved,
Yeah.
Flaylin said, "When I move, you move."
Just
There we go. That's it. Okay. Just like that.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So he'll take 5 fire damage if he fails to save. Let's see.
I'm using the proficiency for the proficiency dice thing.
So 6. He's gonna fail. Takes 5 more fire.
5 more fire damage.
All right. Starting to burn. Really not liking this. Let's out a cry. Anybody speak giant, by the way?
Ooh.
Just curious.
I believe Furbolgs do, yeah.
See? Yeah. This is terrible. Why would you do this? You killed Frank. And then he goes to attack. And he is going to, let's see.
Frank, is that an Always Sunny joke? Frank the troll?
Oh shit.
Troll toll?
Yeah, maybe. You guys just came in and started blasting. Flailin, can you go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw? As this guy's burning, his skin is kind of bursting and bubbling. and there's just like nasty noxiousness that's coming out of him. So yeah, give me a con save for Flaylon.
I can do that. Please.
DC.
Again.
Give me a 13. All right. Yeah, you're not. You have smelled rotting space whales rolled up on the deck. You are fine. And this guy does try and attack you more. And he will try and bite you. 14, I'm guessing doesn't hit.
No.
And then a 8 and a 10 for the claws. So just
No.
very ineffectively, but he will not want to be in the fire. So he's going to move out of the
Ooh.
fire.
Oh, okay. But he's still.
Yeah, but still just kind of like throwing himself to the side out of the flame. And then as he gets up, making sure that he's not getting just absolutely crushed by flails.
Yeah.
Or a flail from you and
Flail's
trying
close.
to whip out at you, but your armor just absolutely tanks it, and you're fine. And that is that little guy. And then Nebraska, you are up.
Right. So you know, never eat troll meat. It's the forbidden meat. Okay.
You've never
Fills
been
you
a
up
drone, have you?
forever.
Forbidden jerky.
Yeah. I need to run it.
My uncle ate it once, and he's now called DePaunched for a reason. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, let's see. Let's do.
Closely approach the frog trolls.
Let's move up to right here, being as close as I can, yet as far away as possible. And I want to start with I want to whip it.
Whip it real good.
Whip it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mixed up.
14.
That just misses. The whip comes out, and as this thing's flailing around, its tongue whips. It whips its head to the side, and its tongue whips in unison and slaps the whip away, just barely. Yeah.
Well, then I want.
And it gives you the side eye as it's on fire and grievously injured.
And as it exposes the eye, bonus action, pop it with the hand crossbow.
Nice.
All right, so because I should
Conquer your
should
fears.
have that, right?
You have crossbow master, right? Or crossbow expert?
No, I don't. Since it's a hand crossbow, it's light.
Yeah.
Oh, the 1D
One-handed
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Pew
Yeah,
pew.
Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Badoo.
We'll roll with it.
16.
16 hits.
All right. And since he's adjacent, should still get that
Yep.
sneak attack.
28. Oh, exactly enough to kill this thing. So,
So
how does
right
your...
through his side eye.
Yeah. Temple.
Right. It glares at you, and you just return in kind. Just boom, right in.
And I
And it slumps
Throw up
to
a
the
little.
ground. Yeah.
Flaylin will put his head on, or his foot on the head and grab the arrow, pull it out.
And it smolders as well. The fire that just came through here. Yeah, there's kind of a pulling smoke that's beginning to fill this chamber as these burning creatures. But it's only been a few seconds, so it's not like it's choking you out or anything. All right, anything else, Nebraska?
let's see. Well, I spent
Action.
10 feet going there. Let's spend 10 feet going back.
You got more than 20 feet. You showed 25, right?
I have 30.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
I'm
Just
trying
making
to stay
Yeah.
around.
In and out. Fucking in and out.
Yep. Zip, zip.
Hit and run. Emphasis on the run.
All right. Well, then this guy falls. And the other two that are over here, there's a fire right by Flaylin, and two of these creatures have just perished and are smoking and smoldering right by him, so they are avoiding him right now. This first one up here is going to rush over to, excuse me, Alaris, and get their same attacks going. Just for fun, it's going to do the same thing the other one did and reach its tongue out at you. Does an 18 hit?
18 is my AC.
All right, so it grabs you and then it pulls itself towards you with its tongue as it comes in for a bite on top of that with a 15.
Yes.
Gross.
All right, and you are able to dodge as it kind of itself into the wall, and then brings a claw up and also scrapes around you. And the other one is going to go to our buddy over here, 25 feet. Okay, so yeah, it is going to go after Nebraska, pursue them.
Does it go through his range for an opportunity attack or no?
Yeah. Oh well, yes, it will. So Alaris, you get an opportunity for an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'll take a swing with my unarmed strikes.
All right. You bop it.
16 to
You
hit.
hit it. Yep.
All right, I'll pump a stun into it.
Give it a schmack.
Okay.
Let's see, where is that?
Stunning strike.
Stunning
Should
strike.
be your normal DC, whatever your regular. It's like 17, isn't it?
Yeah, 17. It'd be
Yeah.
a con save.
It rolls a 13, so it is. It moves, and I'm gonna say because it's an opportunity attack, it continues to the square right in front of Nebraska,
Yeah.
but it does get stopped right there. So it is leaning out, and then you see its mouth opening and its tongue beginning to lash out, and then Alaris just, and there's like, almost like the skin of the elementals that you saw earlier, just a stone, boom, right into that trollish.
Yeah, so I get tongued or whatever.
Yeah.
I bap the mouth so it doesn't bite me. Grab the hand, and then as the other one is coming by, I just give it a little karate chop on the shoulder, and as it kind of stumbles in front of.
Dazed
friend.
and stunned in front of Nebraska. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's just a goblin. We don't even remember its name. Yeah. Oh, all right. And then that is those two. And Alaris, it is your turn to act here.
So got this thing's hand currently, and so I am going to do an elemental strike with air to attempt to force it away from me.
17 will hit.
And that's a DC 17 strength save to be pushed 5 feet away.
19.
Ooh.
It is not pushed away. It actually reaches its tongue out and it snaps right past you and grabs the wall and
Nice.
holds it in place. But it does take, was that 7 bludgeoning?
Yeah, 7 bludgeoning. And
Buffeted. Yeah.
this time I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to do another elemental strike on it with air, and I'm going to create a vortex.
Okay.
The last, or where is it? Yeah, create a
Purple.
5-foot vortex of air at a point you can see, and that is going to replace the fire that was there, and it's going to have disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
As it is unbalanced by the vortex of air.
Its tongue is stuck to the wall and it's like flapping in the wind a little bit, like a big windsock.
And then I'll bonus action this time. I'll flurry of blows and do
Nice.
2 elemental fire strikes.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh gosh, both of those I
Nope.
think miss.
Somehow as you go to strike it, the wind just whips it out of the way, and you miss. Yep.
So it's 2. Oh, actually, we'll do this. So the first one was a ball of air, just trying to shove it into its belly and push it back. Seeing that didn't work, starts to swirl a little mini tornado and kind of throw it down at his feet as it grows into a little mini vortex, like encapsulating this guy, and then tried to feed the vortex with fire, but the wind kind of pushed it away.
Yeah.
It disperses it. Yep. All right.
And I'll stay
Anything
where
else?
I am.
Okay. And that is going to be Flailin,
Hell yeah.
who has
Hell yeah,
suddenly
brother.
been cleared of enemies, is surrounded by nasty, smoldering corpses right now.
Yeah, so Phelan gets his bearings and locks his eyes on these bad guys. So I'm gonna Nova. Let's see if this works. From the corner, Lawrence, hold on to your boots. And historically, you guys know when he says that he's about to make a charge. So Phelan, on his 2 hind feet, he's gonna charge so he's gonna barrel through this Lars's melee right there. So that's fine. I'll take the opportunity. Actually,
Well, I don't think you even.
I don't
take
have
one
to. Yeah,
because you
exactly.
don't
If I
lose
end
a
up right
creep.
there, yeah. Good call. So, fuck it. It's just cool. Just run through them, do, and end up on this side of them to use. Actually, so, I wanted to go
If
ahead
you
and
want to be
use dash.
there. Okay.
I'm gonna do action surge, but I'm also gonna do the Minotaur thing.
Okay.
Goring rush. So I'm gonna try to. It's late. Here we go. So Goring rush. So classically, gets the running start. Do. Move. He picks up speed, comes in, slams into this guy. For Goring rush, that is a horn attack. So that one's the horn attack.
Yep.
And
All right. Give me a 15 or higher.
So 16 there.
There you go.
For that, and the damage is 7, but then also racial traits. He is that's it. Yeah. So that's 1. Now I'm gonna use I'm gonna action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Burn that. And
I'm so glad you dashed the 20 feet over here.
Right.
Just to do that.
It was completely necessary. Indomitable. Oh yeah, I was gonna read that.
Not that you could have action surged and had 2 more attacks. No. You had to use the horns.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
To use
bull.
the
Yes.
You get the horns.
Yeah, you get the horns. Well, that's the only way I can do it. You have to use dash. You have to use an action to do it. Anyway, so attack this guy. First attack, flail. This +2. So really 20.
Yep. Get it.
It's this guy. It's 11.
Ooh, nice.
On him. And guy behind, or same dude, I guess. We'll just do that. For 25.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it?
12. No, that'll do the damage.
Okay, so 12 damage. And
you do. You sock him good. He's definitely feeling it. You've bloodied him at this point.
I guess that's it.
But the audience at home, bloodied usually means half HP, just
Yeah.
from a game perspective.
And that's it. I guess I don't have a. That was anticlimactic.
Yeah. All right. You charge over and gore this thing with your horns, and then boom, boom, smack it up. Because I'm not feeling good.
Yeah, let me go ahead and use a superiority die. I will try to. Let's see. Maneuver. I'm gonna maneuver. I'm gonna use my maneuver. Show me my maneuvers. Dang it. Okay. That's. They don't have weapons. The maneuvering. That one's. I guess I'll try to trip.
Right.
No, just don't worry about it. It's fine. Next, end of turn.
Nope. All right, end of turn. You charge over and look very indecisive, and then decide not to do anything else. Everything else is dead that was going to go. So Nebraska, it is your turn.
All right, so I've got this
It's stunned. Oh shit! It's stunned. You should have rolled with advantage. See if you crit real quick, Flaylin.
Oh yeah, should have thought about that.
Yeah, my bad.
Wait, what happened?
The one
thing
that you attacked
you were
was
attacking is
stunned.
stunned, so you
Oh,
should have had
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah. I just forget what icon I want to use for that, but we'll
Yeah.
do the alien for right now. Yeah. 20. Okay, so you can do another one so you can crit, but
28. And then no crits.
okay, cool. Anyway, back Nebraska, you were up, and this troll in front of you was
All right.
chopped by Alaris and it is stunned, and Nebraska just ran up and railroaded it into the wall, and it's not looking good, but it is disoriented.
I'm gonna stare it in its little amphibian eyes. Take my whip and just
They're solid black, but they're somehow unfocused. Yeah. Roll me with advantage. Your attack.
all right. That's the gift.
17 will do it.
Okay.
Oh, 22.
22.
Oh yeah, 22. Sorry. Yeah, they'll both do it.
And
24. You whip this thing across the face, and one of its eyeballs just kind of pops out. And
it's
flops
still up.
Flail, and it is still up. It is weeping blood from its eyeball, and
I take
you
my
cut
hand
a
crossbow
huge cross across its face.
and
Yeah.
just stick it in that open wound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which this one will just be the Well,
Yeah,
actually, I got to hit
damage.
first.
Yeah.
Which I guess is still advantage or no?
Yep. Still advantage. It is
Okay.
stunned until the end of Alaris' turn.
Yeah, it's because
That's
it's
how
a
it works.
ranged attack. I wasn't sure, but
No, it is
Oh.
because it's incapacitated. You
Well-
don't have disadvantage, so you do have advantage. A
that's
28.
a
You
that's
get a
nat
crit.
20.
Yep.
So
First crit.
is
isn't
there
it?
a is there a
So
button
yeah, first
on?
attack. So just click crossbow hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pink box.
Yeah. I think there's a way to do it, but
In the roll 20 chat.
Oh, in the roll 20.
Yeah, click the roll 20 chat. There you go.
there you go.
So it's
30
not the 25.
feels
It's
like
just 9 plus
just-
4.
9 plus 4 is exactly 13, which is what you need. So you kill this thing. 2 exact kills tonight.
Nice.
2.
With that shoved in hand crossbow, let it go. Eyes closed.
Dodge this.
You like nail its tongue to the roof of its mouth, and then boom, the arrowhead comes out, or the bolt comes out of the top of its head, and it flumps down to the ground.
Cool.
Now, is that it? Sorry.
Yeah, I feel pretty safe where I am right now.
All right.
No, I'm not. I'm moving back one. Never mind.
So you okay. So now it is these guys' turn that are left. The one that is right next to Alaris needs its dexterity saving throw to not be
So in this case,
it's
there's
just
no
dexterity saving.
save. It's just
Yep.
the next attack it makes is at disadvantage.
Got it. So it's going to make a bite here. 22 and 21. So the
Yeah.
21 will
Still hits.
still hit you. And then it's going to claw for a 19, which is going
That
to hit
still
you.
hits.
And a 25. Man, this thing is
Dang.
wanting vengeance. And you notice as you have changed. Well, no, hold on. Did you keep me honest here? You did not hit it with fire at all. Correct. Your fire
I
attacks
missed all my
missed.
fire attacks before, yeah.
Okay. So it actually, you do notice that it heals some. Some of its wounds, the smoking, what was on fire before, has kind of crackling skin come together and regenerated itself some. As it does bite and claw at you, kind of taking you by surprise. So that's 18 total damage there. And then the One with the bolt in its head, as you are moving away, Nebraska, you hear a tink as the bolt slips out of its head
Hmm.
and it regenerates 10. Well, you don't know that, but it regenerates some HP. It's late.
Slowly
And
turn around.
its eyes like kind of around the room and coughs up and begins to breathe again, but it's still stunned technically, so it does not do anything at this point. As it's laying on the ground prone because you did drop it. And then it is Alaris's turn.
Well, this little fucker is to get burned. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some fire strikes.
Y'all roasted the other two. 15 hits. Yeah.
9 fire on the
Is
first
this the
attack.
one right in front of you?
The one right in front of me, yeah.
Okay.
And then I will be swapping that vortex out for a bonfire under his feet.
Okay.
And then a 26 to hit for another 10 fire damage.
All right.
And then my third attack, I'll levy at the one that is on the ground.
Okay. You can move and
17
still be
to
in
hit.
range, and the 20 will it'd be with advantage because it's prone, but yeah, they both hit. The
So 10 fire
10,
damage on him.
you kill it again. You reach down and smash into it, and the fire just courses over its body.
So as I was making these attacks, each time a little bit of like a jet of flame starts building underneath my feet, and I'll be using my flow like the wind ability,
Mhm.
and gives me extra movement speed, gives me extra jump, and I also have a oh gosh, what's the so as part of that, I don't take opportunity attacks when I move after I've made an attack. And so I'm going to just the rockets on my feet are going to propel me upward, giving me a hefty jump out of harm's way, and I'm going to jump over here
Okay.
and then just put a little distance between myself and this one remaining
Yeah.
guy.
You start to do that, and its tongue kind of lashes out after you get your feet, and the fire underneath you, gets close to it and gets hot enough where it pulls back in real quick, and starts to smoke a little bit from the mouth when it pulled its tongue in.
That's my turn.
All right, flailing. There's a single flaming, froggy troll-like creature, still here.
Yeah, so I mean, he's just gonna put the flail on him for sure.
All right.
Flail, flail,
Flail,
flail.
don't fail.
Flail, don't fail. 27.
25, 27.
For 9.
Nine.
And another flail. 31.
Welcome to the fighter life. I attack, I hit, I do damage.
Yeah. It's been fun, but like I'm still in the back of my head. I'm
14.
like, I should have just been a Sorcerer.
Yeah.
I can do so much more as a Sorcerer.
You heard it bad, but it is still there. It's got some broken ribs and bones, and the eyes get really bumped up on these guys. Its head is swollen from these blows it's taken, but it is still alive.
I'll do he's up, right? He's just on fire. He's not like prone or anything.
Yeah.
Well,
The other one was prone, but it is now gone.
I'll try to trip him then. I'll burn another superiority dice, and it's a DC 17. And let
Dex
me
or
roll
strength?
strength.
Strength, okay.
And I add 7 to my damage too.
It survives. But the 7
Or if it
brings it down. Yeah. I will. Yep. Yeah. Sorry.
That's it.
It does succeed the 24, but it takes the 7. It is barely hanging on.
Nice. And then that's it. Oh, well, bonus action. Hammer and horns. Gonna hammer him again. Another strength
Don't
save.
shove him out of the fire.
Oh, never mind. Hey,
You like faint. You're like, oh nope, just kidding. Yep.
bonus action. I don't nothing.
You hear a or something back in your head. All right. Then we've got Nebraska.
I'll do second wind just
Can
because.
This thing like had its own little second wind, and then
Nice.
it was just struck down by Alaris. And smoked
good heal,
with
jeez.
fire.
Yeah, you ain't the only partner in here who do second. I got you right here. I got your heels.
All right, I'm gonna go run back to my safe
Your trash pile.
trash pile. Bonus
And
action
that is where
hide.
Nebraska stayed for the rest of the dungeon.
Bonus action hide. Let's see. That'll work. 28. And so that should get me the
That's a
Nice.
Yep, a crit
He
stroke,
gone.
Yep. You're-
Yeah. critical hide in the trash. Just call me Oscar the Grouch.
Sing it. This thing is very distracted by being set on fire and beaten on by a flail to within an inch of its life. Yeah.
I am officially Oscar from Sesame Street. And all this to get the advantage.
What other Oscar is there? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you have advantage on your crossbow shot here. 15 just hits.
Nice.
Boom.
Yeah.
Fire.
That will end
Damn.
its career as
That's
a
a
living creature
Spicy meatball.
by a good amount of health. Yep.
Woo!
How does Nebraska finish this up?
Just the slightest glint of steel pops through the trash heap and just and just right up just right up the butt.
Bolt
Right at the butt.
right past,
Yeah.
right at the butt.
Yeah.
This
Lasso
thing's
my
knocked to the
asso.
side and exposed. You see a black orifice that you think is for something. Although you're not sure with trolls if they actually do that.
It probably
or not.
doesn't. Honestly. Just sweats it out.
But yeah, you send a bolt right up through it, and it comes out the front and clatters to the ground, and this thing falls over and smolders as well. So this, and you guys actually lose Nebraska. You see this bolt come out, but you see no movement at all in the pile itself as he hides himself so well. The rod detritus.
He might with his passive perception just hear like very faint sobs. This is the worst day.
We end out combat here, and the all of these trolls and trollkin have been eliminated and burned to a crisp. It's a very good thing you guys brought an elemental monk with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Into this area here. Yeah. So these corpses begin to they smolder like like a fire that's mostly out, but they've got just gross black brackish smoke coming off of them. It's beginning to pool in the ceiling of this chamber. But you guys have some time. Like, it's not going to fill here immediately. As you recover from this quick little bout.
I was gonna recommend taking a short rest here as my fellows. They know me. I've already got my cooking my cast iron. I'm pulling out my cast iron and getting a little bit of the smoldering flames from the dead guys and catch a little bit of that to start a campfire and cook us up some treats to heal up if we can.
You realize that some of the mushrooms that you just passed are kind of almost wooden in quality.
Perfect.
And you find some that have fallen and dried, and make them into a fire. And one of the crickets kind of bounces over near you, and looks around. And it's again spreads its antenna, and some of the wisps of smoke come towards it, and it quickly backs out of the cavern.
Good.
I'm going to get the most itchy, scratchy piece of fabric in this pile to remind me of Grandma's lovely shawl, and I'm just going to silently, with it, just walk out here and around the corner and sit down,
Oh, there he goes.
taking
Found him.
my short little rest.
That's it. Yeah, you find a it's a sickly yellow. It's very faded. There's some blood on it, or that's definitely dried, so it's a dark brown.
Just like my
Um,
blankie growing up.
but it's also moist and a little moldy as well. Yep.
Little black
And
mold.
that-
Nice.
You just you
There's a reason our lifespan is 60 years max.
you you s- you just
Oops, that's deadly.
just yeah, and feel good about that. Oh, all right. Let's see. We're at 11:40 here. This feels like a good stopping point of our one shot through the one room.
One
Two
part of one
rooms.
shot. Yeah.
Listen, this module never says a one shot. I just saw one room and I'm like, oh, hey,
That's
we're
fun though.
good.
We
So,
can keep going.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't mind.
keep going.
Picking
not
it
like
back up later.
tonight, but like continuing the
Yeah.
story.
Secondary Sean, you're good. Yeah. I'm just kidding. This feels good. Feels good to get back in the saddle. So, all right. Well, we'll pick
Boy, you
up
making
next
fun of me?
time.
I'm just playing now. I'm not into that saddle
my
shit.
daughter's favorite joke of all time. Where do the cows go on Friday? To the movies.
Yeah, I like it. She
Yeah,
sounds cool and
that's
smart.
it. She's something, Anyway.
The only thing
well,
the only catchphrase I didn't get out was, "That's how we do it in New York City." That's you coward. I was gonna throw in coward, but it's like, yeah, I hit
I
all
feel
my.
like we've got like Alaris is the straight man,
Yeah.
and then Flaylin in Nebraska. Y'all are something. So, all right. Well, thanks
Hot
y'all
dog.
for letting me do this, and yeah, we'll pick up. I don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe we do a different day. We've got the Toa game too, but we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See, I'll
So
leave
far, the
stream now.
one
Peace out.